Here we go. Hello, world. It is 4:40, so here I am. I'm just going to give it a couple minutes, see if anyone joins, and then we'll get started from there. I think there's 3 people. Hello. Is that Natnell or is that Noel? Maybe. Okay. So I didn't have a video go up at 4. Hi, Natnell. It was made. We, for some reason, are just having trouble getting it to upload properly. So it was a baking video. We were supposed to make some muffins that we've made in program before, which is the berry muffins. Sorry, Natnell, I know we don't have a oven at Grenoble, so you probably don't remember making them from 2 years ago. But that's just kind of the situation that's arose. So I only knew that I was doing this without a video officially a couple minutes ago. So I didn't really have much time to change what I had prepared. So if you guys have any questions for me that you just want answered that are random, either about me or about Moorelands or what's going on, I can do my best to answer those. I can introduce the habit and quality because I do know what those are supposed to be. And we'll just kind of see how the conversation goes from there. The intention is to upload the video hopefully sometime in the next little bit. I think they had to I'm not very techie, which is why I only just am the face of some of them and not have anything to do with the editing. But I think they had to change the way that it was edited or something. So, hi, Helen. Once it's been sorted out by the smart people that are going to sort it out, hopefully it will upload, and then you can, I guess, leave me some comments in it telling me what you think about it. It should be up in 25 minutes. Thanks, Moorelands Camp. So that's just kind of how that's going to go, which is fine. We can't control everything, even when we try to prepare for it, and that's just kind of life. So the habit and quality for the week was supposed to be together, achieve more together, and responsibility. I always want to say together, everyone achieves more, which I think is one of the bullet points. So for that, with the muffins, I was talking about how there's different berries and all the ingredients. I actually had to thank some of my neighbors for giving me the ingredients because I didn't have everything I needed, which I think is very normal right now. And it's kind of interesting to see how well everyone's working together. So if any of you guys, here's a good question for you guys. Have any of you guys had to ask your neighbors for anything, or have you been able to help out a neighbor anytime, maybe over the weekend or this Monday with something that they needed? Because we're all kind of stuck in our houses, but also trying to help each other in that. So that was kind of my summary of a little bit of the video that I can tell you about. Otherwise, you'll see it in about 25 minutes. And then with Achieve More Together, we also got trustworthiness. And a big part of that is the reputation you want to build for yourself. And I think that really goes well with the majority of our habits and qualities, because it means that you're thinking about how you want people to describe you or think of you. So if you want them to say that you're respectful, that can be part of your reputation, and that's part of being trustworthy or responsible. Helen borrowed a big pot from a neighbor. That's really nice of them. So we went out for full-blown cooking equipment. That's awesome. I've been borrowing mostly food. I haven't had to, equipment-wise, well, I'm also not really that fancy of a cook. But I haven't had to borrow equipment, but that was really kind of your neighbor to give you a big pot. What were you making that you needed a large pot for? But what was I saying about trustworthiness? Oh yeah, reputation. And so it's really just about what you want people to think of you. So it could be the different parts of our different habits and qualities. So if you want people to call you responsible, then how would you behave in a way so that when they think of you, they think that you're responsible? Like I know we discussed it all in our videos, but a special soup. And then they tried to give you some, but they didn't want any. I think that's kind of a bit of a funny thing that's going on right now. Because it's like people are so willing to give if they have it. But I know I tried to give some of my neighbor, it was my birthday this weekend. So I had a lot of cupcakes and then I tried to give them to some of the neighbors and they're like, oh, no, no, no. We'll give you icing sugar so you can ice them, but you keep those cupcakes, which I guess is fair because everyone wants to be safe. But I think you do want to return the favor in some way. So hopefully they'll ask me for something soon and I'll have it and I'll be able to share it in a sealed container because I think that's what they were more striving for. Thank you. Hi, Joel. And thank you for the birthday wishes. It was I spent a lot of time talking to people on the internet yesterday, which was kind of nice because everyone's got the time to do that right now. And I think that's kind of one of the perks of what's going on. Yeah. What else can I say about our habits? Oh, this is Hubert. If you didn't see him, he's also in my other baking video my craft video, because I wouldn't let him near the baking. He makes a guest appearance in my tie-dye Easter egg video. But is there anything that you guys think you could do if you're thinking about our habits and qualities and how you want to build up your reputation? Is there a certain habit or quality maybe that you guys want to work on or set goals for so that when people think of that habit or quality, they think of you? John C. said, Hubert says hello. He is just off the screen purring and sleeping at my feet now, Helen. What type of muffins did I make in the videos? So they are called berry explosion muffins, which means that there was a bunch of different berries in it. I know that every location has made them at some point in the past 2 to 3 years. It is a popular one. They are delicious. They have once, I know, been rated by Cubics as being called the bomb, which is convenient because their name is Berry Explosion. They are one of my favorite things to make in program generally. So hopefully soon you guys will be able to see that recipe and have it at home in the video, and you can tell me if you enjoy it as much as I do. But yeah. So is there any other questions that you guys have? What'd you guys do this weekend? How about that? Did anyone get to go outside for a walk? I know here it was kind of rainy yesterday, but Saturday was really nice. I've been trying to be trustworthy in the fact of I've been following a lot of the rules of my area, which means that I can't really spend as much time outside in the parks and things as I want, which is hard because that's usually where I like to be on a sunny spring day. But you gotta do your part so that we can hopefully all enjoy the outdoors this summer or even into the fall. Cool. So everyone seemed to have an exciting weekend. I guess Helen made soup. She's already kind of answered that one. Just for a lineup for the rest of this week, I actually planned ahead and wrote down what everyone else will be doing as well. Oh, now the answers are coming in. Oh, Joel got to do an exam. You had to do an exam on the weekend? And how is there a 24? Yeah, but well, how are you writing an exam and being on here? I appreciate the commitment to us because I do like hearing from you. Doing a 24-hour exam. If you want to explain what that means, I'm mighty curious. But the lineup for this week, we got Fisher tomorrow, which will be a lot of fun. He's doing his Zumba class, which if you've been to camp, it's a really fun activity. And if you haven't been to camp, you're going to get your first taste of it tomorrow, and it's always a lot of fun. Zeke is going to be back with another STEM activity, and it's a very popular one. It's called leak-proof bags. I'll let you figure out what that means when you see it. And Jauncey actually has a pretty special arts and crafts that we would all love for you to participate in on Thursday. And that is going to be something we really want you to share with us. So if you could do the craft with him and share it with us, because we're going to be thanking all of our essential workers that are actually out while we sit where we're sitting and making sure we have the groceries we need and making sure people are being taken care of in the hospital, and everyone that's still having to go to work to make sure that we can be safe. We want to be able to thank them. So we would love for you to do that craft on Thursday and share it with us. So asking your parents or brother, whoever, to email it to me or to info@moorelands.ca. I know all this will also be in his video, but it is a very important one because I know that I've been trying to find ways to thank people as well, because I have friends that are nurses and working in grocery stores that I've been worried about. So if we can take some time to thank them, that would be great. And then on Friday, you actually will have a more formal Q&A with Cheerio where you can ask her questions. And so if you have any questions for her, you can DM them to us on Instagram or email them to us, because she'll be back here live on Friday for a longer piece at 4 to answer those questions and have a good chat with you. I know on Friday she did it for her debrief, and it was a pretty fun chat we had, so that will be exciting too. Okay, Joel, you've given us an answer over here. It's 2 long essays and 6 short essays, which have 24 hours to submit them once they're released. Goodness gracious. That's a lot of words. What class is that? I know you're in university, but I still feel like that's a lot for a university exam. And I used to have to, being a history major in university, I had to write a lot of essays. So good luck with that. And I hope you get it all done, because that's really intense. Oh, and Jauncey, you cleaned your house this weekend. That's important. I know that it's been tough staying at home. I've noticed how much more better I feel once I've cleaned up my space. So it's good to keep cleaning even if you don't necessarily feel like it. Organizational behavior. Oh, I think we're going to have a chat about this class maybe offline, because I'm just getting more and more curious the more you talk. So thank you for sharing. And I hope this is a nice little break in between your little essay exams instead of a distraction, because I know after I used to write a bunch of stuff, it would be hard for me to concentrate on that. Hello, Rajesh. Are you one of our campers or participants? Welcome. We're probably going to be chatting for about 5 more minutes, and then we'll call it a day. You guys have been pretty responsive, which is great. You would never finish that, Nana. I think you would once you're in university. There's probably a lot of words right now, considering your grade. Always a break, never a distraction. Oh, you're so kind, Jewel. But yeah, university workload sometimes can be pretty intimidating from the outside, but when you're in it, you're always amazed at how much you get done. I know once I graduated, I had like a stack of essays that was this big, and that was the only ones I had kept. So there was a lot more in that pile that I hadn't kept. But it's good hard work. But, you know, the rest of your grades in high school will prep you so that when you have things like those exams, they shouldn't be as intimidating as they sound to us who aren't quite in them. There you go. Joel's filled with Moorelands wisdom right there for you, Nat. Now. That's great. I'd get distracted so easily. You do have to practice on how to focus. That's definitely for sure. Scheduling your breaks and keeping yourself in a quieter space always helps too. Or I always use my color-coded agenda or a calendar. And that's usually how I end up figuring out how I'm going to do my work. Does anyone have any idea, like other suggestions on maybe, because I know there are other people that are writing exams and whatnot, let's achieve more together and share our studying tips or focusing tips. That's a lot of smiley faces. But yeah, I always have a color-coded agenda, and different colored pens mean different things and different deadlines. And that actually started in university, and I've kept that system all the way now because that's what I found worked for me. But you just kind of got to hear what everyone else does and then make sure you know what works for you. Definitely a fan of bullet point writing first, then making sentences after I get your points down. That's a good strategy. Maybe your room or just like at your desk, not a box. But having a place where you can focus is always great. Schedule breaks to reward yourself after a certain amount of words. Ooh, that's good, Helen. I always had to be careful with that one because I'd be like, I'll watch one TV show because I'm old, so streaming wasn't really a thing. And I would still just keep watching TV afterwards because I'd be like, I did so much. So I always had to be like, here's my 20-minute window to reward myself. Otherwise, I'd go down a dark, spirally distraction hole. It is really nice to see everyone having a good chat over here. I kind of wish it was in person, but I think this has been a good substitute seeing. Grenoble, you have been dedicated. That much I can say. Staff and participants today. There's a lot of stuff in your room. True. Maybe the library then. I always got more distracted in the library than I did in my room. All right. Limit distractions as much. Time lock. Joel is serious here, guys. Time lock on your phone. Leave your phone in a different room. Block websites for your computer. I think Joel could give us a webinar on how to focus that we could all learn lots from at this point. Maybe when your exams are done, though. Your 24-hour. Hopefully you only have one of those, and that's not how all your exams are going. I know that they had to be creative too, because you can't do them at class like you normally would. Yes, good luck to Joel indeed. All right, so it's been about 20 minutes, and all the Grenoble. It has been about 20 minutes, so unless anyone else has any questions or wisdom to share, I think in about a minute I will sign off for now. I do appreciate you guys being so supportive with all the last minute changes. Hopefully, I do hope you will go and watch the video that was supposed to be up, and then you can leave some comments in it telling me what you think. Maybe if you've tried it, maybe if you remember the recipe. I know it's one of my favorite ones to use, and it is kind of funny to see all the suggestions I give because I'm like, I didn't have this, but you can use this. Hubert is not in that one because cooking and cats do not mix because cat hair and clean hands and moving the cat. So he is not in that video, but maybe he'll make an appearance in a different one. But I do thank you all for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I hope you do check out all our videos this week. Do remember to come back on Thursday and watch Johnsey's, but most importantly, remember to actually share your creation with us so that we can thank our essential workers during this strange time that we're living in and show our support somehow. And that way afterwards you could maybe hang your sign up on your door or put it in a window so that way people walking by can see it as well. So for now, thank you very much. And Moorelands kids, we out.